on a quick test drive here. I got the car in sport mode, and I'm using the paddle shifters. This car sounds amazing. Shifts perfect. The steering wheel has the slightest vibration to it. The car drives nice and straight. Shifts perfect, and it sounds so good. Really have no complaints with the car. The brakes feel good. There's not any rattles in the car. Okay, we're going to do a visual condition report. So we're looking for scuffs, scratches, chips, dings, any cosmetic imperfections that we can find. So starting here on this fender up, you do have front PPF, and then right here forward you have the entire hood, and then you can see this front bumper is wrapped, so you do have a lot of protection there. Looking at this wheel, you do have curb rash pretty much all the way around, 100% of that lip. Then you do have some wear on the spoke. Looking at the fender, like I said, PPF here on that little front section. Looking at the rest of the paint, it's in great condition. That A-pillar looks good. We do have some film here protecting that part of the mirror. You have a couple spots here lifting, but otherwise that mirror's in great condition. Looking at the door, looks like you have a little scratch here, a little chip there, and a touch-up spot. The rest of that panel looks nice. A couple little scuffs here and there on that lower section. You do have some rock chips kind of peppered throughout the edge right there. A couple tiny scuffs. I see a scratch right there. And then another one here. A couple chips. Little chip there. Looking at that wheel, you have curb rash pretty much all the way around. That roof looks good. Overall, this side looks really nice. And looking at the front end here, starting with the emblem. It is faded. You do have PPF on it. I can see some snags and little scratches in the film there. It's hard to tell if any of that went through the paint. You do have a snag here and some dirt under there. You can see there's a seam, so it looks like it just got underneath. Now the headlights do need some love. They are fading, but I imagine a good polish on those would do wonders. Couple markings on the PPF, some dirt under here, and it's just really hard to tell if there's any damage on the paint there. Now I do see some rash under here, little markings. You have a gash in the plastic there. You can see that little indentation, a couple markings. That headlight is cloudy and faded. And then getting down here, you can see there is rash. Now, it is PPF'd, so I imagine if you remove some of that, it wouldn't look as bad. But it did get through the paint down here. Have some marks. And looking in here, you can see there is an amp. Overall, the carpet's in good condition. Then here on the driver's side, looking at the fender, a couple markings on that film. You can see it stops right there. Overall, that fender's in great condition. Looking at this wheel, there's some minor curb rash on it. Then you do have a little crack in the tire. Little scuffs on the caliper, little scuffs here and there on the wheel itself. You can see the film has a little bit of dirt around the edges, but otherwise that's in good condition. That A-pillar looks nice. Trying to look across the roof here. I don't see any damage. All of that looks good. Then looking at the door here, get down on the bottom, you do have some chips. Little chip there, a couple minor scuffs. You can see the handle, it's kind of bowed out just a little bit there. Got some chips on the edge, little chip there. And then you are going to have little rock chips on the edge here. But otherwise, this side looks really good. It's all very minor stuff. The upper section looks good. Gonna have little scuffs and scratches on that wheel. This is probably the cleaner of all four wheels. Okay, looking at the interior, it is a non-smoker. Now you can see the leather has separated from this panel. You do have a little bit of wear around that handle as well. Lower pocket looks good. You can see this is kind of separating. Then you're going to see a little separation here as well. A couple little scuffs and dents here. And looking in here, you're going to see some wear on this trim. See some gashes right here. And then you do have wear on that bolster. You have a rip and a hole right there. You can see the cushion is kind of smushed there with the wear. You have some wrinkles. And you have a lot of wear here. Headrest side looks good. This upper panel looks really nice. Then looking at the steering wheel, it is really wore out. That button, you can see the R is not super clean. Some of it's kind of flaking off. That vent looks good. A little scratch on the dash. That looks nice. Got the Kenwood screen. You're going to see some little scuffs and scratches on the console. And then you can see the custom setup back here. Looks really nice. And then the headliner is sagging down. All right, checking out the passenger side. You do have some separation on the leather here. Same with the top side. You have these little indentions every once in a while. A couple little scuffs here on the trim, a little bit of wear, a couple scuffs on this. And then looking at the seat, of course you do have your wear, your wrinkles. I don't see any rips or tears on this bottom side. See a little tear right there in the corner, but nothing here on this. Of course you have the wear, a couple little scuffs. Otherwise the upper section looks nice. Now you do have the little scuffs across the console here. And then you do have some down there. Looking at the dash, see some scuffs up here. But overall, the leather's good. It's not separating, it doesn't look like. And of course, on this side, you can see the headliner. It is sagging. And then looking at the engine bay, all of this is really clean. That upper section looks good as well.